I thought you meant like some chips or something. Yeah, no crackers, no chips, no Cheez-Its.
Hey, you can have one or two.
I'm saying you trying to crunch on the air though?
Man, real quick, you ready?
Real quick, you just gonna throw them back.
I need a napkin.
And they big ass puffs too. They not even little.
Don't watch me.
Rust trade.
Sorry. Ready?
Wait.
Your mouth is full. What you want to do? When are you? No, you're not, bro. You've had like one.
Little dirt movie.
Actually, and the crazy thing is, I like that song.
Tell them spin it. You ain't got no money. Keep your hands off.
Ready?
Yep.
You know, as we look back at 2020, it's been a ride. Mm-hmm. It's been the longest, shortest year probably to date. We fought through coronavirus, social injustice, civil unrest, a crazy ass election. And you know, there just aren't a lot of things that made it to the end of the year. We lost a lot of good people, whether to coronavirus or violence. I'm be honest with you guys.
Or just freak accidents.
Didn't think the show would last. I'll be honest. From last year up until this year, we were pretty inconsistent as we turned the page on the calendar. And then I think one of the many blessings of this year is that this coronavirus actually got us to be consistent. Because we couldn't do anything else. We couldn't go anywhere. So for that, I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful that each of you have continued to be dedicated to this show. Even if I got to get on you sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's appreciated. So with that being said, how's everybody doing today? You've stumbled. God damn. Right. Yeah. I gotta go off. Because now I'm pissed. And it's mainly because
he just did that whole speech
this
for nothing.
heartwarming intro. And here goes
I mean, I'm saying though, man, you over here doing heartfelt intros like you finna give out like some rollies or some chains. Like, can we get a gift? You know what I'm saying? I thought you about to follow up with the president or something.
Give me a chain.
That's not what I was doing at all. But I got interrupted by the static. Like, God, you can't never have nice things. Like Dallas,
we don't have anything.
Right.
Like,
what do y'all want for Christmas?
Well, let me introduce the show first. This is Elevated Radio. I am LB, accompanied by Coney and DJ Swale.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing well, I'm assuming.
I'm doing awesome. I got 2 weeks until I finish my master's.
Okay. I felt like you've said that before.
Where's something?
Crickets.
I feel like you've been saying that every month.
But I don't think you understand.
I know every month. That's what I was about to say. Every month she's been almost done with her master's
program. But now I have 2 weeks. I literally have 2 weeks left.
Okay. Let me know when the graduation is. I'll pull up virtually.
Are you gonna? No, you're not.
No, you guys are doing y'all doing the drive-by? Yeah. Y'all doing the drive-by graduation?
So I'm saying virtual.
I don't know what's going to happen. I literally just I have to finish filling out my graduation packet actually.
Okay. Now, you were saying about what we want for Christmas?
Oh, yeah. What y'all want for Christmas?
Yeezys.
I guess we're doing a Secret
Yeezys.
Santa thing.
Yeah.
Coney introduced before we got on the air.
Yeezys?
Secret Santa?
How much Yeezys cost?
Which ones?
It's not within the cap.
The ones that you want.
It's not.
Oh, well, you can forget about
I'm saying you can
she thought she was asking for like Nike slides, like $40 slides.
Yeah, cheap joints. I think these are about...
I'm just glad you ain't got your uncle cookout
Elroy
shoes on.
Oh no, I got socks on today. I only wear those when I have socks on. You know what I'm saying?
He be having them cookout.
I need some more.
There are slides. There are flip flops to wear with no socks, and then flip flops to wear with socks.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fair.
Actually, while you making jokes, yeah, I need a new pair. They're pretty cheap. I think those are like 20.
I am not getting you those shoes.
He gonna ask me what I want, and then I tell you.
Because you don't need. The point is, you don't need to be wearing those. You are not that old.
Did y'all have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
Connie, you've been working on that water for a minute.
Damn.
You gonna either finish it or put it down?
Throw baby.
First of all,
go ahead.
Can I drink my water in peace? Do you see me tell you to chug your drink? No.
But I also haven't been holding it up to my face the entire time.
Mind your business.
But listen, you seen that meme where there was you seen that meme where it was like, my fucked up ass be thinking Throw Babies is a romantic song.
It's not.
I wouldn't like the song.
And okay, somebody tried to argue me down the other day. They were like, he doesn't say throat babies. I said, yes, he does.
He does, yeah.
He says throat babies.
Yeah.
I'm
Sending
trying to
babies
give
down
them
your throat.
to her.
Yeah.
It's plural.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say that.
There's some romance
But you
to
know
it.
who you
Yeah,
are.
it's the name of the song.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be called that? Why wouldn't he say that? It's the name of the.
I don't know why people try to argue with me.
But Thanksgiving, you guys had a good one. Did you do anything special for Thanksgiving? Anything different? Anything out of the ordinary? Bring me into
It
your
was
house.
less people.
Less people.
Did y'all
Yeah.
Zoom people during the?
No.
Yeah.
I ain't Zoom.
Oh,
you
well,
did?
FaceTime call, not Zoom.
My brother's in Tokyo. I ain't Zoom him at all.
That's
Nah, they did a family
disrespectful.
Zoom. It was alright.
Well, you know, they're like 11 hour difference. So he was like asleep like most of the day. So
Should have waited till 12 a.m.
how
to call
about
him.
this? What's the one thing that you have to have on your plate and the one thing you want to keep away from your plate on Thanksgiving?
I have to have my mama's dressing. Gots to.
Is it stuffing or dressing for black
It's
people?
dressing.
It is dressing. Yeah.
So yeah, it's dressing? Okay.
Yeah.
What is
Macaroni.
it for
though.
you?
No, I don't know. I mean, I hear both, so I don't know. I guess I only heard recently that it was a thing. Like black people say it a certain way, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What? I didn't know that."
Yeah.
I just assumed it was.
And I just
either
feel
way.
like stuffing and dressing are not the same thing. I feel like stuffing is a lot drier.
Is that why
Are
they
you
call it
saying that
stuffing?
because I was about to say? Are you saying that because we distinguish between ethnicities?
No, I'm just
That's what it
saying,
sound
like,
like.
even when I've had someone like who was black, who they made stuffing. She said it was stuffing, and it just tasted real dry to me.
Really?
So I don't know if it's like a difference in preparation or whatever.
I think I hear stuffing more though.
I definitely hear dressing.
Yeah, I heard dressing.
Dressing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I gotta have my mama's dressing. What I can go without on my plate. I can go without the ham because I don't eat pork.
Oh, you wildin'.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, we didn't have ham this year.
Usually
Sad.
that's like the one time people cheat on the ham. It's like they
Yeah.
gotta have it Thanksgiving because that's when it's depending on what like where you get it from or
Nah,
how
I'm
it's,
good.
how it's
Yeah.
put together.
I just
All
need
right,
mac.
What about you? You need your mac. What
Need
can
the
you do
mac.
without?
What are the cranberries?
Oh, the cranberry
I haven't had
sauce.
those like ever. Yeah, I don't really fuck with that.
All right, now that's another thing black
what I'm
people
saying?
and white people do a little bit different. Black people take that shit straight out the can.
Period.
Straight out
White
the can.
people-
Just dump
White-
that.
It
I'll be
still got the
like,
rings on it.
what is going on?
White people like actually bring the cranberries out and they be making this whole like
It's not the
it's
same.
almost like a not a parfait of sorts, but you know it's a little soupy looking.
It's a legit cranberry sauce.
Yeah, it's like a legit sauce. Yeah, for me, I gotta have. So my dad's a chef. He does this like the sweet potatoes. He does it kind of the way
Like a
Ruth
souffle?
Chris does, like
that's
with
so
the
good.
almonds on top,
I love Ruth Chris.
crusted and
Ruth Chris
everything.
is so good.
That's so I gotta have that. That's gotta be on the plate at some point. What I can do without is probably the dessert, honestly, because this is the thing.
Facts.
Everybody got a different dessert. Nobody can ever agree on the dessert.
I make the desserts this year.
And then even if you do agree on the dessert, you have to agree on who makes the dessert.
Roger
There's always a
desserts.
fight over the dessert.
My mama tells everybody what they're making. Like that's the rule. Like my mom tells everybody what they're making. She was like, I'm making the mac and cheese and I'm making the cakes. I said, okay. My sister, she told my sister to make squash casserole. Okay. She told my other sister to make her deviled eggs that she makes. And then she took care of everything else. So I made I made 2 pans of mac and cheese. Nothing was left for me to take home. Greedy scavengers.
That's crazy.
I had food. I had like 2
I'm
days.
sick of my food in my fridge. Like I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I only did 2 days this
wish.
time. I planned this time. I was like only 2 days, or because like last year I went ham.
I made a
Well,
red
2
velvet
ham.
cake. None was left, and I made a key lime cake, and only like enough for 2 people was left.
Okay.
So I didn't get to take any leftovers.
Do y'all have do y'all have big Thanksgivings or small ones? I know you said fewer people showed up. Do you typically have larger Thanksgivings
Yeah, I
or
have
is
a
it
very
more
big family.
immediate family?
Same mood.
I have a very
Yeah.
big family.
Mine's
Yeah.
as of late it's been more well not as of late. For the most part, a lot of my family is in New York and Cleveland, so
Okay.
oftentimes we don't really meet them for Thanksgiving. So it's been more intimate, more immediate family for me. We'll invite people from time to time, like local people we'll invite. But for the most part, yeah, I haven't since I was a child. I haven't really had the huge family Thanksgiving. If I do, maybe I'll stop by. You do the pull-ups earlier in the day. I might do one of those, grab a little to-go plate. things like that. But for the most part, it's been a little bit smaller.
I mean,
do you have the person that everybody kind of knows is that one person that kind of fucks up the mood? Like they come over and everybody just sort of knows. All right, as soon as he opens, as soon as he opens his mouth when he gets over here, it's a wrap.
Nah,
that's sad. It's not depressing. We're a family.
Even my immediate
family. But everybody, you know how families are. Everybody has a family member that like you love them, but sometimes they just open their mouth too much, and you just like, bro. Whether it's sharing drama,
that's funny.
Whether it's just getting on people's nerves, like any of that.
Now that I think about it, so like even my immediate family is big, right? So I have 3 sisters. We all have kids. My oldest sister has 7. So yeah, even my immediate family is big. And no, like I can only think of probably like one time when maybe had some family drama, but that's when we invited like our whole like family. But other than that, like when we get together, it's literally we eat, we laugh, we joke, we watch football. The kids do like either some type of dancing contest or singing contest or something. We play spades.
Get the drinks.
Where the drinks,
yeah.
And just chill. Like it's never really anything crazy. And then obviously like, you know, we have like family friends that come by and eat with us too. So it's never really anything crazy. Like it's like friends that I have from middle school that still come by to my house.
Activities? Any activities? Y'all have a game you always play? Y'all play spades?
Y'all do
the turkey bowl thing. Anybody do a little football, like any of that?
Nah.
We always play spades and family feuds, and then we do a dance or singing competition.
When I lived in Texas, football was the big thing. Like we had to play touch football before the meal. We had to, like the whole block, like that type of vibe.
I'd be at the crib on the couch.
Or basketball.
I will say
last
Thanksgiving when we did with our whole family, my uncle, he's a DJ. So he brought
okay. just asking.
So he brought his like DJ stuff, and so we kind of had like a little mini party before Thanksgiving, but that's just about it.
I feel that.
And then even like after Thanksgiving, we don't eat Thanksgiving food the very next day. We do seafood.
Oh, you tripping?
So you do something different, or it's always seafood?
No, it's usually always seafood.
We eat Thanksgiving food for the rest of the week, for the month, for the year.
Yeah, so we usually take a break. So we usually do, Thanksgiving food, Thanksgiving Day. The next day we'll eat seafood or something, and then after that we'll go back to the Thanksgiving food to give ourselves like a break in between.
We hustle with the food. We flip it and change it into something else. Like the turkey's being used for like turkey pastry. And the ham
turkey sandwiches are pretty good. They're underrated.
That's what I'm saying.
I wish it was food left.
Like lunch meat, sandwich meat. That's the best. Like with the ham and the turkey. Oh man,
underrated.
You really, yeah, it is.
But we didn't have any food left this year, so we kind of had to find something for each day after that.
Y'all do the weird add-on. Like I've noticed some people add things that are non-traditional to the Thanksgiving plate. Like I heard recently someone they always have lasagna like on their plate or some pasta.
No.
Do either of you put anything on the plate that's like non-traditional?
Not for the small reunions. For like the big gatherings, it's different ethnic groups. So, all backgrounds bringing food.
That's what I low key want to experience is like the Caribbean, Jamaican sort of.
Oh, I know about that.
Their Thanksgiving. Some people like oxtail. They have oxtail at their Thanksgiving, like things like that. Mm-hmm. I low key want to experience that. Something a little bit different.
So one of my best friends, her family's from Louisiana, and her mother's like straight Creole. And so they always do like gumbo and like seafood boils. So like she always saved me a plate of crab legs and some gumbo.
We having gumbo for Christmas.
So appreciate her for that. And it'd be so good. And they have like the seafood rice. They got the crab and the shrimp in it. Oh,
They got this New Orleans place down the street I didn't know about.
Here?
Yeah.
I'm scared about that.
I'll do some research on it though.
Please let me know.
I'll follow up. Yeah.
So we have 2 big meal days of the year, traditionally in my house. The first one is Thanksgiving, obviously. Do you guys have another big meal day? Do you do big meals on Christmas, or just kind of like whatever you feel like?
My mom usually does, but lately she really hasn't because everybody's kind of been just staying home for Christmas. Mm-hmm. Like we'll stay home Christmas Day, and then maybe like the day or two after we'll travel after that and go see people. So she really hasn't done big meals in the past couple of years. And then also like New Year's, she kind of cook, you know, black folks, we got to cook black eyed peas for the New Year. So
y'all eat
That was something we actually didn't do.
no.
Nah. I actually don't do the black eyed peas
I
thing.
go in my bag.
You do? You like chitlins?
Yeah, they smack.
Whoa!
Yeah, you're wildin'.
I ain't gonna judge
I
it.
like them, but I don't eat pork anymore, so no, I don't eat them.
Oh.
Nah, I don't fuck with that. Look, and then after that, how you still eat them after the Jay-Z song? After the What's Free? They ain't hurt you? They ain't hit you?
What do you say?
Listen, it's a lot of stuff people
He
eat out here
said,
that
he said shit that they discarded that we ingested. That ain't make you feel away? I know that turned a lot of people off.
I mean, niggas eat McDonald's every day. You know what I'm saying? Everything's bad for you.
We don't eat McDonald's.
That people do.
No, I'm saying we don't.
I mean, yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
But
no, so I'm saying no. It was in the What's Free. He was like, yeah, shit that they discarded that we ingested. He was talking about just the slavery and like how they threw out all this bad shit and then we just took it and ate it and remixed it.
I mean, but it's like, you know where vanilla comes from?
That's not even close to the same thing.
I mean, is it not?
It's
Ooh, where does vanilla come
yeah,
Oh, nah.
educate us.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll pull it up.
Oh, you didn't even know.
I gotta make sure the exact.
Oh, okay, yeah. Pull that up. But our second food day is the Super Bowl. We used to have a tradition where whatever the Super Bowl team was in February. Are you ready? Go ahead if you're ready.
So it's the vanilla flavoring. It's a chemical compound. It comes from the anal glands of beavers.
Oh, so I was right. So I mean, okay, so it's a messed up history, but I'm saying that
All I'm saying is,
cultural context.
I'm just saying, hey, people go ham on the vanilla.
No, I hear you. I'm saying that's a little bit different. we eat.
You looking like that?
No, I'm saying we eat a
I
lot of
wasn't
stuff.
ready for that.
It's wild, man.
The chitlin
what I'm
point
saying?
was just the historical, cultural context. I mean, yeah, we eat a lot of
I mean,
shit.
yeah,
that
I
we shouldn't be eating.
get it. I see what you're saying.
Half the stuff we eat, we shouldn't be eating.
Now I can't even use vanilla no more.
That shit wild.
So
I mean,
even
it's-
to that point, you like y'all like calamari?
Wait, is that like pure vanilla or is that like vanilla extract?
Chemical compound
Does it matter?
using vanilla flavoring
Because I thought
You've had
vanilla came
either.
from the vanilla bean.
and scent.
It
So
does,
vanilla,
but beans come from a lot of like the most expensive coffee comes from a cat's poop.
vanilla flavoring and scent. So even when you got the scent,
Yeah,
you're smelling booty.
Kobe
essentially.
Lawak.
Smell like ass in here.
So what it is like
Essentially.
typically it's like some animal will ingest whatever that seed is, and I guess whatever their body does to it when it pushes it out is what's cleaned off and used in food. So Kopi Luwak, which is like the world's most expensive coffee, comes from cats. Like shit.
No.
That's what I'm saying,
I'm
man. Like I
good.
said, like trust me, I get what you're saying.
A lot of stuff comes
I'm
from a
just
lot of
saying,
weird
too.
places. And
Yeah.
calamari, do you eat like calamari?
Yeah, I go ham.
All right, cool. So there was a big thing a few years ago. A lot of places were substituting calamari for pig sphincters. Which, if you don't know what a sphincter is, it's that muscle that controls your anus. It's the muscle. So it's that shit that like flexes. They would replace that with the octopus because it's the same texture. You can't tell the difference, and it's a lot cheaper. So there was a big conspiracy nationwide in America where a lot of restaurants were doing that shit. A lot of them didn't get caught, but enough of them did that it became a story.
Oh God, I'm just gonna eat vegetables and fruit that I grow in my
There's
backyard.
a lot of saying, look, man, it's like the thing I sent you with the Clorox wipes. I used to use it for your vaginas. Now I use it for our toilets.
It was Lysol.
And the same thing? Clorox and
No.
Lysol on the same wipes?
Let's continue. All I wanted to say to
Maybe. It shouldn't be in your vagina.
I mean, period. It should be in your
Any of
vagina.
them
Period.
said, yeah.
Please do not put that in your vagina, ladies.
Hey, man.
stick to your honey pots.
Please
You gotta
stick
do
to the
what
honey
you gotta
pot.
do.
Look, all I was trying to say, I've been trying to get out, is that the second food day in my house, we have a tradition every year. We haven't really done it lately because I haven't been home for the Super Bowl. But we would take the two teams that were involved in the Super Bowl, whichever team we were rooting for, we would make a meal themed after the culture of that city. So if it was like Pittsburgh, we'd find out what is famous around there. If it was New Orleans, whatever. So, I throw
Do
that
that
out
with my
there.
kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
remix that.
Yeah, shout out to the family.
Let me
Yeah.
go ahead and put that in my phone.
Just
so I can
borrow
remember.
L over there. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I will say.
I like that.
There's a lot of luxuries. There are a lot of luxuries to growing up in a house where like your father's a chef, but then there's also negatives. Like I didn't necessarily get everything that he was throwing down either. So I can't chef it up. I mean, I can cook. I know my way around the kitchen, but I can't like throw it down like that.
Can you repeat that one more time? Second day, what? Y'all make a meal themed after.
So the team that we're rooting for, we find out what they like in their culture, and then we make a meal themed after that for the Super Bowl. So the spread is based off of like local cuisine,
like gumbo from New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Lobster
like
from Boston.
When the Steelers went to the Super Bowl, we made Roethlisbergers, which is like a big thing there. It's like they make Ben Roethlisbergers.
He made it.
Yeah.
You got a food named after you?
Yeah. It's a big thing in Pittsburgh. But yeah, so that's and you can do that for any event. Honestly, you don't have to just do it for Super Bowl. But so if this is your first time listening to us, of course, if there's a place to hit subscribe somewhere on that page, hit it, and make sure you leave a review as well. You can probably do that on all of these streaming platforms, whether it's the podcast app, Google Play, Spotify. Or Apple. Apparently, we're in 4 countries. Hooray! Leader bomb. Okay. No, it's good. It's good. I was expecting the bomb at this point.
Oh yeah. Gotta switch it up sometime,
We never know.
We only got to episode 77 for
right for a different sound effect.
Switch it up. You're learning the board though, so I appreciate that.
Hey man, I'm trying.
Okay.
Why don't you just put like a little sticky note, like a cutout?
I got it on my joint.
But you don't never have it pulled.
Sticky notes would be helpful though.
Hear me out. Wait for it. Bam.
At least your top 4.
Why don't you have that pulled up though?
Because I normally use the same too.
That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. You could print it out and then put it where your feet are, and then just like look down, like.
Or literally just cut it out and put it on each thing.
There's some good ideas, guys.
Send me a picture of that.
You know what? We're gonna use this as a segue. You know who could have used a good idea? Nate Robinson. Don't take that fight. Listen, did either of you watch? Did y'all watch the fights?
I didn't, but I saw the memes.
Okay, so you saw
live.
Oh, okay.
Now we can just jump right into it.
Let's jump right in. Head first.
There were 4 fights that night. 3 on the undercard. The main fight was Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. The 2 that we really cared about were the match before the match, Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul. If you don't know who Nate Paul. If you don't know who Jake Paul is, just look him up on YouTube.
He made it.
He's one of the OGs of the. Whoa! You and your happy foot is making all that noise.
Don't even me that time.
It was going to the beat of your foot.
Run the cameras back. Run the cameras back.
You need your headphones. Is what you need.
How's it look? It sound good?
Yes. Don't move.
So, Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul. Jake Paul is a successful YouTube star that recently decided he wanted to box. He has 1 amateur bout under his belt. And this was essentially Nate Robinson called him out, said, if you want to fight somebody, fight a real athlete. And Jake Paul said, okay. And fast forward, they attached themselves to this bout, or the headliner at least, that was Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. Nate Robinson, for those at home who didn't know, does not have any boxing experience. He played for the New York Knicks. He is a 3-time dunk champion.
Real.
Okay, Swale, you've got to stop tapping your foot.
What happened?
You keep every time you tap
your foot. There was no tap that time.
Yes, it was. I saw your foot moving.
You do not have headphones.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
so you're saying don't move the foot. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You said tap last time. I didn't tap.
You don't have your headphones in.
So don't move.
It's like you're literally pushing the gas.
I told you don't move.
No, you didn't. You said no tapping, and I stopped tapping.
No, and then I said, okay, don't move. And you was like,
yeah, you can't.
That's
move
not moving,
bro. You can't move it all. The only thing you need to move is your hand over the button. That's it. Well, there was a noise too. You gotta get a new mic.
It's a lose, man.
Get a new mic.
Okay, how about this? Back it up a little bit.
Whoever is Swale's Secret Santa, buy a mic.
You can move.
Whoever is Swale's Secret Santa, buy a mic.
I said lean up when you want to talk. Stop.
Or talk louder.
I mean, go ahead. I'm listening.
God.
Go ahead.
Well, Jake Paul, he was not YouTube person, right? Before?
Yeah, and Nate Robinson was a basketball
Before or is
NBA player.
Nothing.
I mean, he still does it. He cooled off a little bit because he actually wants to be a
Weirdo.
boxer.
Nah, he real one.
Guys, bring it back. Bring it
I
back.
don't know what that is.
Bring it back.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Wait,
Good guy?
his brother? What does his brother
That's your
get in trouble
analysis?
for? His brother got in trouble for something, right?
Yeah, his brother got in trouble
For something or a lot of
for
things.
making-
Them poor always get in trouble.
what he's known for is he did that vlog in the suicide force and commentated on a dead body that was found in the forest. So it's like this Japanese forest where apparently a lot of people commit suicide. There's a movie based on it. But yeah, it's called The Suicide Forest. He went in there. He did a vlog just
it.
going through it. He said it was really crazy and intense. And they found a dead person. He was just sort of making light of the situation. He wasn't making fun of the dead person, but you know how it goes. The cancer police came out and they were like, nah, you can't be joking around a dead body. Somebody's family, is looking for this man. Or
But you can't cancel that man though, because I seen the video.
They did though, but
Them
they did
views went,
cancel him.
but that check though.
No. I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I seen that
Controversy,
shit,
controversy sells, no doubt.
Yeah.
But it was the first time that we saw YouTube actually ban somebody. YouTube took down his video and said you cannot post on YouTube anymore. I don't know if that has since been lifted, but I haven't seen him on YouTube. I do know he has a very big Snapchat deal. And he does vlogging on Snapchat, primarily around just his everyday life, and he's trying to be a boxer as well. But anyway, back to the match at hand.
YouTube lame for
Lack
that.
thereof. Jake Paul landed 8
like that.
out of 21 punches on Nate Robinson, and of those 8 punches, 3 or 4 times Nate was on his face. I just want y'all to understand that he only landed 8. But Nate found the ground 3 times.
How many did Nate land?
Couple.
Nate did not put him on the ground at all. Oh, how many punches?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Nate's strategy was I'm going to shove my face into his chest and swing my arms above my head.
Look, man, it was a situation, obviously not as big, but it was a Drake situation why Drake doesn't necessarily battle everybody. Because I feel like Nate had more to lose than Paul did, for sure. Because if Nate would have won, I feel like Paul's career still would have been, he's a boxer, YouTuber, cool. But them memes went stupid for Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Did he lose, though?
Did Nate lose? Yeah.
Do you know how much they made from that fight?
Well, like 500,000?
600,000 each.
Yeah, I mean, L's an L, though.
Sheesh.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But I guess that's what I'm asking, Coney. Is that an L?
I mean,
Like I said, man, I'm speaking.
if I get knocked out for
I hear you.
600,000.
Hell nah.
I hear you, but 600,000.
I ain't putting my legacy though. For me right now, of course, I would do it. But again,
But
if
you know
I got
what's
someone
funny?
protecting,
Yeah,
I ain't doing it.
But you
I
know what's
can't.
funny? But you know what's funny about these situations is for basketball heads.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a good laughing moment, but we remember what Nate Robinson was.
I remember he got knocked out. That's what I remember. That's fresh.
True, but that's exactly
saying?
it's fresh. It's right now, but to basketball people, to the general public, that will always be a stain. If you didn't know who Nate Robinson was before, you know who he is now. But to
That's
basketball,
tough, man.
to
Look.
basketball people,
Yeah.
he got his ass knocked out. It's hilarious,
I mean-
but
it's
his
just-
contribution to basketball outside of that,
Which is cool, but
what will keep him up.
But you
I was
gotta know
gonna
how to
say-
move though. But now moving forward, you gotta know how to move. You can't do. Not saying he does, but you just gotta watch what you say. You can't do none of the tough talk. You can't do none of the back talk. You can't beef with anybody else because you got your ass handed to by a white boy.
I will say
They weren't
basically
beefing
he
for
does
real.
need
You know,
to stay.
I know what I'm
he
saying. That's
does
fine. I'm
need
just
to stay
saying,
in
like,
his
just in
lane.
general, like he just can't
does.
say anything crazy because it's
Yeah.
like
He
yo,
does need to
like
stay in
this-
his lane now, but
And Jay's
I
a kid
mean-
too. He's not Nate. We're talking 2 different age ranges too. Like,
getting knocked out.
No, I think
for
Nate wants a
600,000?
let me get the age.
No, I think Nate wants a rematch.
A remix is a rematch is fine. But then what if you lose again? You can't keep losing.
He can
Did he
lose.
train for
He can
this?
lose. He just can't get knocked out.
Did he train for this?
Apparently he did. I don't.
And
Apparently he
then
did.
okay, and then Mayweather gonna come on there, saying, keep your head up, giving him a pep talk.
Nah.
I'm like, where was this energy when your daughter was out here stabbing people
Hold
and
on
getting
now.
pregnant by NBA YoungBoy?
He been disassociated himself from his daughter. His daughter's reckless.
So Nate is
He needs to help her get it together.
Nate is 36.
Yeah.
Paul is 23. You thought you was
okay.
gonna hang with the young boy?
No, he thought Jake. You know,
He just need to stay in his lane.
Nate
Stay in the basketball world.
because-
Boxing ain't for you.
They got to. They got to.
He got to.
But 600,000 to get knocked out.
I mean, look, check
Not a
wise is
bad
cool. Check wise is cool. Just for me, if I'm Nate, black community, you know how it goes.
Oh,
I ain't
he.
doing it.
Yeah, he's always gonna
I
be
ain't
a
doing
joke. He's
Did
always
you
gonna
see
be
the
a joke.
Nate Robinson challenge?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't pay me enough at that level just to get knocked out like that.
Well, he also didn't think he was gonna get knocked out.
So
either.
yeah.
He didn't.
When did he wake up?
Yo, he was on that canvas for at least
He
2
was
minutes.
down for a minute.
At least 2 minutes. They were shaking him.
But did he watch the videos though? Because like Paul, he boxes.
he
Like
does,
that's his thing.
but-
Like you know what I'm saying. He's not
Yeah.
Floyd obviously, but it's
Right.
like that's his hobby.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, he's serious
Like-
about his craft. I think he's
I don't know.
And what made everything that much worse was he started promoting his music in the post match interview.
Paul.
Yeah. He said,
Okay.
you know, Nate was actually a little better than I thought he was, which
That's
was a first hit because damn,
That was funny.
how bad did you think he was?
That's funny.
and second, he said, you know, he had some music coming out, and I said, oh gosh, white boy,
Oh, I didn't see that.
you was hitting the culture right now.
Well, man, look. At that
man.
point, I don't blame him. Anything he said after that fight, as long as he ain't saying nigga, I'm with him. He beat his ass. It is what it is. You want to come out with music?
I got a match.
Come out with music.
Jake Paul should fight Tom Hanks' son.
Oh, Jamaican dude.
Bomba clock.
Yeah.
That would
I don't
be
know. I like it, man.
hilarious.
A lot of the boxers were hating. I like these little quote unquote celebrity boxing matches because all them niggas be talking shit. So why not box?
Well, in the
You know what I
Mike
mean?
Tyson
And
fight,
then it's legally a way to get at the person who been talking shit, you know?
Exactly.
I think we should do it more. It was supposed to start with Chris Brown and Soulja Boy. That
Chris would
never
have punched
happened.
him.
That would have been a box to see.
You think so?
Nah, I think
What? yeah, man. Yeah, two different
That
weight
would've been-
classes. First of all,
that would have been a
Weight
but that would have been a
classes?
fight
Yeah.
to see though.
it would have been a fight to see, but
That's what I'm saying. I think
It would have been very entertaining.
I think
Soulja
Chris
would've
Brown.
got whooped.
I think Chris Brown probably would have won. I just, you know, I still think
I
it
don't
would
know.
have
I
been.
just
entertaining.
like Soulja Boy is
goofy.
crazy.
He's goofy.
But he got issues,
He's-
man. I feel like he
Nah.
crazy. Like
Chris
he gonna
would've
play this.
Nah,
Sorry, just
Chris
like
would have went
real.
ham on my man.
Chris Brown would have bit his ear off.
You'd have did something. Chris Brown would have went ham.
See, now
Anyway.
the Nate Robinson fight ended the way that we thought the Mike Tyson fight would end.
Facts.
And so the Mike Tyson fight against Roy Jones Jr. again, Connie, you probably didn't watch, but there were two thoughts on this fight. Number one, nobody wants to see two 50-year-old men fight. Number two, within their own rights, Roy Jones Jr. was one of the best boxers for over a decade. Pound for pound, or any weight class was the most fun to watch. And he was the most versatile. He won in multiple divisions. And then you had Mike Tyson, who had a very short run, but probably the most impactful run of any heavyweight champion
Whooping ass.
ever to walk into the ring. Roy Jones Jr. always excelled in his speed. Mike Tyson always had to be a very brute and powerful puncher because he often didn't have the reach or the height against many of the heavyweights that he saw. At 55 years old, number one, let me give Roy Jones Jr. his props because he survived. Number two, I didn't think that he would necessarily be as quick as he was
He was pretty quick.
at his time, at his age.
He was pretty quick.
Now, with that being said, Mike looked in shape.
Mike looked good.
Mike was coming down.
Mike looked good. Yeah,
Mike was
looked
coming down that ramp. Well, first of all, I don't know why. Who convinced them to come out to their own theme music? They each rapped their own intro, and Mike Tyson's was "I'm Mike Tyson." I'm Mike Tyson. That was his intro.
Hard.
I'm Mike Tyson, like 8 times. People
Hard.
said he may have smoked beforehand.
good. I believe
Maybe.
it. That's what I was telling somebody too. I was just like, he's been smoking like every other week up to this fight. Like he's been smoking heavily
He said he's on that toad
on the social media,
on the socials.
on the socials, just on some
Roy Jones Jr. looked out of shape immediately.
out of shape.
He looked tired in the second. I don't know how he made it through all, what was it, 8 rounds?
Fat.
I don't know how he did it because every time the bell rang, he was stumbling. He looked drunk.
That 2 minutes saved his life. Because if it was, I'll say 1 more minute,
You think so?
Yeah.
I felt
Mike was getting his ass. Mike was giving it to him.
I felt the last 3 rounds
Mike
is
won,
when
right?
Roy was
No, it was a tie.
it was a draw. So from what I heard, it's because it's an exhibition and they can't call a winner in the exhibition because it's not a real fight.
Yeah. I mean, I figured that before it started. I was like, they're not.
So how come Nate wasn't the draw?
Knocked out. Goddamn. That boy got knocked out. KO.
Yeah. No, but
You know what I'm saying?
you know, Mike Tyson clearly won if you were going to, you know, go into that pace of it. I mean, he definitely put him out. And while Coney fingers the ghost under the table.
Yeah, Coney childish.
I know.
I was like, what are you looking? I was like, what are you doing?
We're good on time, Coney.
Well, the thing wasn't working, so I didn't know.
Oh yeah, no, we're good.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, Tyson, at the end of the day, I think they said they want to do it again. Well, Roy Jones didn't look convinced.
He's not gonna do it.
He didn't
Yeah,
look
he
convinced.
was like, "Nah, I'm tired, bro."
That boy was looking scary.
He said he got to talk to his fans in Russia. Is that what he said? What did he say? He said
He got to talk to his wife and his family and see if they agree with it. I was like, okay, I know that cop out.
Yeah.
I got you.
He
Let me
was
ask
gonna
my
say his
mama
wife
first.
said
you
no.
know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
so he can blame them.
Oh, you want me to come over? Hold on, let me ask my mama. Yeah, she said I can't come, bro.
I will say the funniest part of the whole thing, and Snoop Dogg did a hell of a job like commentating. He should do more things because he was hilarious. But Mike Tyson, I remember in the post-match interview. Did you watch the post-match interview? Swale?
I'll be back. No, I didn't watch it.
What do you mean? I don't hear nothing.
Heard something fall. I don't like falls. I got the news going. I got the news. Come on, man. I got the 43. I'm rich now.
What's a 43?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Got the 43.
Anyway,
no
the funniest part of the whole thing was at the end of it, everybody, the guy that was interviewing him, hey, try to keep it down, all right? Mike's picking you up. Mike's picking you up. At the end of the day, the guy interviewing him was like, yeah, Roy, nobody thought you would make it, blah, blah, blah. Like, what do you have to... And then Mike was like, look, y'all don't care about me. I'm the one that's 55 years old. Nobody cares about me. It's like, Mike, trust me, we did not think that you were in any danger at any point. Yeah. I mean, you know, we're supposed to go to the next segment, but I guess we'll wait on Swale. Coney, you got anything on your mind? Thing you want to talk about? Bring to the light? Secrets to expose?
What secrets?
I don't know. Every woman has a hit list.
What's a hit list?
Like the niggas that did you wrong that you just waiting for them to give you an excuse to like really fuck them up.
Oh, I don't have one of those. Should I have one of those?
Everybody got one now.
You have a hit list?
Nah, I don't. I'm not petty. Women are petty.
Men are petty.
Get out of here.
Yes, y'all are.
Not as petty.
But you're still petty.
But we're not as petty though.
But you're still petty.
We're not.
And not as petty is debatable. That's a case by case basis.
All right, since you went there, go ahead, Coney. Like what?
What do you mean, like what?
How we petty?
Oh man, it's getting good.
Niggas do the same thing. What are you talking about?
Same thing.
Coney, you said a whole lot of nothing just now.
Probably not a hit list, but they definitely do some petty shit. Like, oh, okay, no, you probably do have a hit list, but you probably just do it in terms of, oh, she fucked me over, now I'm just fuck with her friend or some shit like that.
See, but if you actually,
That's petty.
Well, first of all,
the amount
unpopular
of times
opinion.
that actually happens though.
Unpopular opinion. It really does not happen like that. I don't know why y'all be thinking that's just like an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm scared you're gonna fuck my friend. It doesn't work like that.
If
I've
anything,
seen some
I hit your
things.
friend before I even knew you.
Yeah, like, I mean, look, we all seen some things, but it's not. Trust me. It
Well,
doesn't
he
go
asked
down
me
like
of
that.
an example of pettiness, and I just gave him the example.
But that's not even realistic compared to like y'all
Yes, it
pettiness.
is realistic. It happens. It's realistic.
Y'all have. I hope their relationship doesn't work petty. Every time you see your old man with a new girl, it's
Oh, I
always some
don't.
negative thoughts. Well, you know you don't go here.
And
and
and the petty things that a man probably does most of the time is to make the other dude involved look stupid, not you.
Facts. I'm stunting.
And
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I want your boy. I want your
see,
boy to
but-
look
but
crazy,
see,
not you
But then
necessarily.
that brings.
Yeah,
Then that.
yeah.
But okay, so that pettiness with the
Yeah.
dude then brings drama to the girl.
Oh, Coney, you know a little thing or two about that too. Huh?
But, yeah.
No, we be stunting. So
No,
it's
but
like,
what I'm saying, that pettiness towards the guy then brings drama to the girl.
brings drama to the
Nah,
house.
y'all sitting back watching. Y'all take the
Because
victor
then
at that
we
point.
got to hear about it, and then you need. It's a lot.
Look, man, if I know y'all gonna be at the club, I'm buying the table.
I'm buying 2 of the tables.
Are you gonna buy her a drink?
I'm gonna offer y'all a chance
Well,
to
I'll
sit
buy you a
down.
drink. I'm gonna buy the bottles for my table.
Yeah. And I'm
So
gonna say you
who's
can
that?
come over.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
that's a
flexing
friend.
on the dude.
Yeah, like your boy,
okay.
bro, y'all general admission. That might be a friend moment. If you are with your friends, then I might be like, hey, shawty, if I see like when your friends walk to the bathroom, just be like, hey, you know what I'm
If
saying?
she's with a different guy or if y'all just broke up.
Either or. I mean, if she's with another guy, it's not
Petty.
me. What you mean?
Hey, you want to sit down? You look like your feet tired. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, let me go
Petty.
ask my friends. So we only got room for one more, you know what I'm saying? So you can come. I don't know about your friends.
Yeah.
Petty.
you know what
Maybe
I'm
he can
saying?
get. Maybe he
I'm
can
glad
ask.
y'all giving your own examples of pettiness right
me
now.
call-
It's not an everyday thing, though.
Let me call old boy over. Maybe you can get a table left. I don't know. They might have sold out. You know
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
said the
saying?
table going for 400. You got
Yeah,
that?
you got that?
I know it's kind of steep. We're in a pandemic.
I mean, I can spot you. I can spot you, but I don't know you like that.
We're in a pandemic.
I'm weak as hell. See, petty.
I can
Yeah,
ask
what's
him
up?
if he do it for 3. Are you sure you can't do
Yeah,
4?
what I'm
I asked
saying.
him if you do it for 3.
Petty.
Oh, you like my chain? Yeah, I mean, this is about a table cost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Times 3.
Maybe a pawn shop. Maybe a pawn shop open. You can go flip that real quick. This is my old chain. I don't even need this. This is my old chain. This is my old chain. You can take it anyway. Listen,
man.
Have y'all ever
but
had a girl
it's
like
not
stun on
your
y'all when
expense.
y'all was with y'all new person?
Stunt? How? I'm not paying attention to you.
Yeah.
I don't even follow you no more.
You might not be paying attention, but the girl is definitely paying attention.
It's stunned. Nah.
Nah. I think that's the difference though. Like women, I feel like y'all will pay more attention into that than I will. I'm not even thinking about that girl.
I would want you to do better. I told you the only girl, shawty, that you said I wasn't dating, that you didn't believe I was dating freshman year.
You hadn't dated nobody freshman year. Bro.
This mystery person.
Yeah, I
She's the
know.
only one I was ever
made
proud
up.
of.
Whole made up person.
She's the what?
That's the only girl I was ever proud of, like her ex, because he's like in the league. So I was like, oh, yeah. Like
I mean, you got no choice at that point.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
told her. I was like, yo, you made it.
What
I'm proud
team
of
you
you.
on now?
I don't know. It's a pandemic.
See, that's where it comes back around full circle.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that
now?
was at that moment. It was like 2 years ago.
Oh,
He got
practice
drafted.
squad? Oh, he didn't make the team? Oh,
Yeah,
nah.
you know what I'm saying? He ain't no like.
That's the
Cam
best. That's
or
the best
Brady.
flex in the world when the girl
feel me?
you like, when the girl you like hits you up and like, hey, do you know anything about this guy? Nope, never heard his name ever. Because you know they come to us because we the sports guys, right? Like, who's this name? I don't know. Oh, he tried to talk to me. Blah blah blah. I was like, well, he just got cut last week.
It be like that. It don't
Wait,
be
have y'all ever done
It's
that?
lovely.
what?
I mean, yeah, you get excited about it. You like, oh yeah. I mean, you tripping over him, bro? Not even on the team.
That's trash.
You know that practice
Niggas
squad.
don't be on the
That
team,
practice
bro.
squad. That practice squad. He only making about $60,000 a year.
Bro, niggas really don't be on the team like that.
For real, they be
Like they
be on the
don't,
practice.
man.
They
Like,
be thinking just because you on a practice
Anyway.
squad that means something.
Now that
You practice squad, you ain't making that much. I'm gonna be
That's
honest.
what I'm saying.
Nah.
Realistically, I know one person out of just my circle, everybody's circle, times their circle, who's like somebody in the league. Like, you know, it's not often. It's like one in what, 30?
The best ones that come off of
20?
the come up. In all honesty, the ones that come up off of the come up is the ones that get like the friend that's in the league or has enough buzz from college that they start like this workout business, and they're a client. That's the ones that's really coming up because it's like, oh, you got old boy on you. Because whether he flop or not, it's like, oh yeah, he was working out with you. Oh, I'm a have my boy
I
work
was
out
like
with
Cam
you.
Newton did my cousin's workout train. Was it?
See?
My cousin was a trainer for him.
See, but he's the one that's gonna come up. I mean, Cam
Yeah.
made it, but if Cam didn't make it, he'd still be good.
Yeah, he got
Get that
his
paper.
own thing in Atlanta.
Exactly. See, that's the ones that be coming up. Because you just gotta rely on the talent of old boy to bring in your other prospects. You already got the credibility, so you work off of that. It's smart. I don't knock it. That's not a diss at all. Like that's the position you should be in. If you're best friends with somebody who made it and you haven't figured out a way to be either employed by them or do something that
To help
can
elevate
be-
you.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not doing that, if you think that's a leech mentality, then you got to switch your approach.
Sad.
I'm not-
Everybody need a million around me.
That's what I'm
Is that
saying.
Period.
easy? Or is that
With that
Gucci?
being
Because I'm buying
said,
bottles,
you have to be
tables.
No, I'm saying, but
Buildings.
you have to understand yourself though. You have to understand yourself, and like you can't just be leeching and like
Right.
taking all the benefits. Like, all right, bro. Like, look, I can add some value to
Not
you.
yet.
Yo,
What was it last time?
Yo,
Crazy.
we got a show.
Do you
guys.
want me to go?
We got a show,
How
guys.
you gonna say yeah but keep walking away?
What was he doing when you opened the door last time?
We're taking a brief intermission. We'll be right back.
I was just about to say that. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you ain't do that, my dog.
Daniel, do I need to come in there and whoop you?
She does.
Sit your butt down somewhere.
You should. Matter of fact, you should show him a scary movie so he can't go to bed. That's the petty shit I would do as a parent. I'd be like, watch The Crucible. The Crucible is what you always gotta watch and read when you in like middle school. You know what I'm talking about? Or high school. Mm-hmm. Y'all had to do that?
High school.
Yeah.
Call me crazy. Y'all call me crazy.
My thing is, why do they choose that as something to show the kids? I don't understand that. And in high school, you ain't kids, but The Crucible, that's what y'all want to keep giving us?
Timestamp. Remember that.
All right.
44.
What's the
Let's say 40.
Yeah, the camera catching it all though.
What's the next?
Let's move on to the next topic. I wanted to talk about. Hold up
Jesus,
now.
get it together.
I had to get comfortable that time now. Come on now.
Nah, ain't no comfort. Ain't no comfort.
Stop yelling at me.
New mic.
Come on, man. My Christmas present.
Just get the new mic.
You said what's in the mic? It says the cord.
Regardless, get a cord. Not the car, but the thing.
See what's
All
in
right.
the budget.
I need some more water.
It shouldn't be that much. Yeah, you gonna wait.
Got some water.
But listen, all
Corona.
right, we're gonna talk about Meg. Let's talk about Meg. All right, have y'all taken the time to listen to the album?
I did.
Coney did.
Aren't you proud of me?
I mean, nah, that was the expectation for you. You had to. You got to support your black women.
Support black
women.
business.
Yeah. Hold up now. I'm starting to hear it again.
Invest in this pussy boy.
I'm so glad
That's
we only
what
got
it's on?
one episode left before the
Support
break.
black businesses.
So glad we only got one episode left because of the break. I promise you, it's been 8 episodes now. I've been talking about this cord.
Look, man, everybody just put in $5, man.
No,
Let's out, man.
I ain't had to put up $5 when I had to replace my whole mic.
Well, I
Wait, he replaced the whole mic?
Did he?
I don't know.
I don't
You
know,
live
guys.
here.
Take a look at your mic and look at mine. Let's just do some compare and contrast.
Looks all the same to me. I don't know.
Oh no, let's take
I
the
thought you
thing
just took the
off.
thing
Go ahead,
off.
go ahead,
I
take it
got a
off.
helmet on. I don't want to touch it.
No, go ahead, take it off.
I'm just making
Helmet.
sure. Yeah.
You've gotten up twice. Go ahead and take it off.
Okay,
No,
so
man.
that's
Go ahead,
gonna be
take it
your
off.
Christmas present.
Go ahead,
You
take
can't
it
get
off,
them
bro.
Yeezys.
Take the top off.
Come on, man. I always keep the top on. You know what I'm talking about?
Y'all, just take it off.
Appreciate that.
I
One
can't
of
leave
one of
you,
y'all,
bro.
just take it off.
Come on, man. Gotta be safe.
It's
man.
okay.
Just take it off.
I
Coney.
believe
No,
you.
I
I
want
believe
it.
you. It's
I don't want it. I
okay.
don't
Oh my
want it.
God.
I don't want it, Coney. You're dragging this out by not just popping it off and putting it back on.
Now, if I do this and my mic don't work, I'm gonna have an attitude.
Why would it not work? It's just a thing.
Okay, it's different.
All right, it's different.
Like,
I mean, I'm saying that. How are we
Let's not
supposed to
make
know?
it-
I mean, how are we supposed to know? It's supposed to just.
First of all, he's man.
we know.
Chris, a
LB,
whole
we
cap. No,
know.
I'm saying. So I lay a whole cap because I showed him as I was unboxing it. He's already seen it. That's what I'm saying. He capped. All right. Just anyway, Meg. Meg. We gonna talk about Meg.
Oh man.
So, that's
Yo,
his
y'all
thing,
are
bro.
funny
I hear you,
as hell.
man.
That's his
man.
thing.
That's
He's
so-
a liar.
Man,
That's
that's
a
I
liar.
don't remember
It's
something.
okay. It's all right.
I don't recall a
So
lot.
LB was talking about Meg.
And the
Meg
listeners
knew-
know he's
good
a liar.
news.
The
The
listeners
album,
know.
good
I
news.
forget sometimes, man.
Yeah, good news. Good news.
Good news.
Was it good news or bad news?
That's what it's
you
called.
think? Swale, you listen?
news.
I listened to like 3 songs on accident.
Okay. Probably the 3 songs that's already mainstream.
Yeah. I did go out the other day and heard I do give it credit. Body in the club or in the lounge, it does sound good. Like beat wise.
Body, yada, yada, yada.
Body is the
It does sound good.
Body is one of 2 songs.
Goddamn.
Body is one of 2 songs I don't like. I like the
Yeah,
whole rest of the project.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. It sounds good though.
I get it,
It just
but
sounds good.
I get
It's
it.
just. It's probably just a.
No, it's
That's definitely
catchy.
just a club banger.
Yeah, no, they did, they knew what they were doing with that song.
Sounds good.
But what I'm saying is that's probably one of, as far as the album goes, the album low key fire. I'm not gonna lie.
like Slide.
Put some
I
respect
can't-
on her name, man.
I can't
No.
front on that. I've never tried to give her any like passes or nothing like that. But I mean, when you look down this track list, it's fire. There's fire on the album.
Mm-hmm.
I can be honest and say like she came in off the top like crazy. The first 6, 7, you get halfway through the album, ain't no skips yet.
I like it.
I will say though, the only thing,
I was like,
which is what I was saying last time, she could have had this album without Shots Fired. And that's where I want to start. I don't want to harp too much on this topic, but I've said before, the position that she has and the leverage that she has, she doesn't need to continue to respond to this. What it is, we can clearly see what it is the ego thing. If there are a lot of people against you and trying to drag your name, blah, 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 I get that. And I would never try to be the one to understand what she's going through and be the one to say, oh, if I was in this position, because I don't know. I'm not in her position. I don't have the millions of people saying whatever they need to say. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying in a perfect world, if you're using the sense you should be using, she has all the leverage. She has the advantage. She was the victim, allegedly. So in terms of that, she was already popping before this situation. She didn't need this situation to make her some sort of poster child or so she didn't need it to elevate or propel her career. So with that, I think she would have been just as successful and just as popping if she just left it alone.
Okay, wait.
And the rest of the album shows that, because the rest of her album is fire. I just didn't like Shots Fired.
Let's backpedal for a second. Why is she allegedly the victim?
because as much as we would like to piece this together based off of he said, she said, we don't know anything because the information hasn't come out yet. It's still in court.
I mean, she's still a victim though. She was shot, regardless of who did it.
Okay, poor choice. I'm saying, okay, I got you. I was ahead of myself because I'm doing the whole Tory Meg dynamic, and so I'm thinking less of him as the because he's the accused. I'm simply saying that it hasn't been like the information hasn't come out yet. She's certainly a victim because she was shot. Okay, I get that. What I'm saying is alleged is just the information in the case.
The accused,
we don't
alleged,
know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Alleged person.
We don't. Yes, and thank you
can
for
use alleged with him.
No, I'm saying thank you for clarifying. We're on the same page here. She was a victim because she was shot. But what I'm saying is what she's doing in response to it with this song, she didn't need, in my opinion. The whole rest of the album was fire. I didn't need her. And again, part of that also comes to her demeanor in the delivery of the first song. Why are you giving us this like big and bad sort of aura in the first song when you was scared to death that even the police would shoot you? Like, and I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to harp on that. My opinion, everybody else can have their own opinion. I just felt the album was fire. She didn't need to bring Tory back into the discussion with the first song. I think that she would have just been as successful if she didn't. Even if she hinted in it in a couple of songs, cool. But she dedicated an entire song. And that's that. To me, that's what the problem was. To me.
No, I kind of feel like it was needed. Only because, like...
Needed why? I guess that's that's my thing. It wasn't needed.
So
to
for me...
That's a good choice of words. Because to me, I didn't feel it was needed. But why do you feel it was needed?
Because... Even so, when this all first happened in the first place, I felt like, okay, yeah, we didn't know what happened. We just knew she had gotten shot. Okay, we don't know who did it or whatever, or what the situation, how it came about her getting shot. And even in the very first moment of her being like saying that she was shot or whatever, the news coming out, they releasing like, oh, Meg Thee Stallion was shot in the foot, blah, 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 blah. It was always, I felt like it was always it wasn't really a like, damn, she got shot. It was more like, well, what you do to get shot, more mentality.
See, but that's that's the minority of the group. She's gotten more support. She's gotten, if you look at the industry and just overall, she has gotten more support. Like, they're not playing Tory on the radio. They're not pushing him. He's not getting Grammy noms. Meg has won awards. She is getting a bulk of the support, but just like anything else, of course, there's that small audience that's like, maybe you did, maybe you shouldn't.
And then you have him who comes out with a song and addresses it.
I've never backed anything he did.
You have the best friend making posts, doing live videos, saying everything, and a response diss track now.
Don't do the air quotes. She responded. She gave it back to her.
But I was doing that because I didn't know if she was a rapper beforehand or this was just something new.
Hey, listen, she was spitting though.
So,
I'll play it after this. She was spitting though.
I don't know. I just feel like
please don't.
I will.
I don't know. I just personally feel like it was needed because, like I said, none of us are in that position, so we don't really know like everything that's going on or how to feel in that response.
Goddamn ocean.
The ocean is playing.
I ain't moved.
Yeah, well, funny thing is, as soon as you moved, it stopped.
That's what I'm saying.
It's funny how that keeps
So
happening.
which one is it? Because I ain't moved that time.
Well, you're moving right now.
Okay, but
You're welcome. Continue.
yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like if I was in the situation, I would have responded too, because it's like, damn, why do I gotta keep saying the same shit that I've been saying? Why do I gotta keep telling y'all what the fuck was up? Like, why do I gotta keep saying this same shit? And then you were saying she came off as like big and bad in the first song, but I mean, and we bring up the whole police
her demeanor was like she was talking about, you shot a bitch with a 22. It's like you're kind of being aggressive, and it's like, well, is that necessarily the approach you should be taking?
I mean, I just feel like before this situation, she's always been an aggressive,
but she ain't seen
rapper.
Big and bad. But if you want to be street and kind of like hard, I ain't see that when you got shot. When you got
hold on. To your point too, real quick,
I mean, we
Coney.
never got shot before. So.
What you just said, Coney.
I know, but I'm saying, I'm just saying, does that do? At the end of the day, does that
excuse. I know a lot of hood niggas who haven't been shot. They still act the same.
No,
when it's time.
what I'm saying is like,
does it do anything
for a person
to help?
that's never been shot before and who's not like a hood nigga. You don't know how you gonna react in that situation.
I know how
I've
the
never
hood
been
niggas
shot
act when they
before,
were
and
shot.
I don't know how.
The hood niggas.
I don't be worried about what the fuck I got shot at. Like somebody help me.
But if you bout that, I mean, you like on go at that point.
If
you know what I'm saying?
If you bout that, you won't go.
But
you either not talking. You either not talking, and some shit happened like the next week that we're hearing about on the news and the outlets and shit. Like shit be moving.
Yeah, there's no. She's a and then to your point a second ago, you said that you like she did it because she's repeating what she's been saying. Say that part again. You were like, she's putting.
I said no. So I feel like Shots Fired was like a
like we're not listening.
Yeah,
but she's been talking. How are we not listening?
Because it's still people like, oh,
because even when Tory responded,
you didn't really get shot because you were twerking on the boat or whatever. You didn't really you weren't really hurt because of whatever. Like, I think people forget, like, when you're shot, it's not just something physical. That's a mental thing as well.
Pre-Tory album, Tory album, post-Tory album, she has something to say along the whole entire line. Like, why are you putting the whole entire song out now
without telling the whole story?
Like, we know how you feel. Like, we know what happened. Well, the stories that we do
clearly
know.
she don't know yet. She don't think y'all know how she feel.
Like, maybe if the intro...
And I still don't think she knows who shot her.
And I think, I feel like she put it as the first song. Like, okay, I already know y'all niggas gonna be looking for this shit anyway. Let me go ahead and get this out the way, so then you can just listen to the rest of the album.
But again, though, the biggest point to me is you've been saying the same shit. There's no new information. Now, if she came on there and just said some real facts, like what really happened, not saying that what she's saying didn't happen, but just something like crazy, then it's like, damn, I got you. Yeah, first song. But it was the same shit. What new information did we get?
And let's roll it back too. We had stopped talking about it.
We're done talking about it.
At the time, it was silent. The whole election had taken everybody's attention off of
the
whole Meg Tory thing.
I
felt, and I told you this when you came by the last time. It was just a situation to me where you just brought it back into the conversation. Like, we weren't talking about it anymore.
We weren't talking about it.
I mean, but still,
it's social media at the end of the day.
We already know albums and songs are created way before in advance. I'm pretty sure she wasn't gonna like, oh, I'm taking this off the album.
I'm pretty certain. I said that about Tory. You said, oh, he could have pulled it back. He could have moved it.
I was like, you changed the date. I'm not talking about her album being released. I'm talking about the tracks that were actually on the album. The only thing that I said about his is that I don't appreciate the date that he did it on.
But I'm saying, though, if he could have changed the date, she could have took it off the album. It's the same thing.
I am under the impression that this song was made
like
before.
People not listening.
Why would she take it off? You're not telling. It's not. First of all, why are you listening to people who are not listening? That's not your fan base. It's not your core audience. Second, it's not that we're not listening. You're not saying anything new. What new information did you provide in that song that we don't already know?
I mean, but you could say the same thing about Tory.
I'm under the.
Can we?
No, we can't. Her best friend.
Tory didn't say anything for the longest.
But I'm saying, like, what other than what was already out there? What else did he add to the story?
Nah, Tory has some new information in the music. He has some new information.
Okay, like what?
With the friend. He was messing with the friend. Kylie's situation confirmed that Kylie was there.
We already knew Kylie was there. They did a whole video.
confirm.
He also
though.
said he was being framed.
I like hearing it from the horse's mouth. Confirm him and Meg's situation, flying back and forth, gifts, friends, and fucking. That's a lot. That's solid information right there. Meg provided none of that.
Well, anyway,
none of that.
That still doesn't get to the reason of what happened.
Guys,
Come on.
I'm not even getting into
on.
again.
That doesn't explain anything.
Again, I agree with you. I agree. He shouldn't have said anything, and I'm keeping the same energy with her. She shouldn't have said anything.
Okay, so let's clear something. Let's clear something up. Let's clear something up.
You know
Thank you. Swallow gave himself a bomb. Let's clear something up. Let's clear something up real quick.
That one.
Okay, all right. Let's clear something up real quick. Number one, this is not a teeter-totter situation, which means in criticism of Meg, this does not mean Tory is right. It just means if we're isolating the two, and this is just my opinion. Again, we all have our opinions. My opinion is if you're the person with the leverage, as we have all seen many a times, if you're trying to win a battle versus social media, you will lose unless you are the more creative or the most petty. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't matter what the truth is. It doesn't matter how it sounds. I mean, it just matters how it sounds and how it's presented. That's it. And to me, Meg keeps feeding into a situation where she's the winner. She's winning.
She's winning.
Like, of course, she's getting those murmurs of people that don't believe her. Cool. But the industry has decided already that Tory is guilty.
Clearly.
So before he's even deemed the accused, I mean, before the accused is like convicted, they've made the decision. They're not putting him on the radio. They're not giving him placement. He only sold about 20,000, 26,000, whatever, his first week. We've just, okay, the general public, we get that. But as Meg, if you're the person in the lead, why do you're reaching for low hanging fruit? Why are you the person that's going back down to his level to keep him up? Because at the end of the day, as I said, this album is fire top to bottom, and she really only gets on that one, like dedicates it only on that first song. All the other songs are fire. So to me, I think she could have just done without that. And I'm actually under the impression she did that song last and threw it on first. Like, I think this album was done for the most part, and she went back in and put this song on the album.
Even if you put that song last, it's better than first, man. You can't set the tone like that and then just have a whole different, from what you're saying,
like
the 360 album.
I feel like
streaming, you can do it different.
Go ahead and get it out the way.
Streaming, you can put an album
shit and move on to the actual music.
You can submit an album for streaming purposes, I think, like the week before. Like, you can do it real, like, last minute.
Facts.
The only thing I will say about Tory is, okay, we all have this lens about whether Tory is guilty or innocent. Mm-hmm. Let's just say for a moment, that he's innocent. So the reason why I'm not harping on Tory so much is because without knowing all the facts, as I don't, or anybody else for that matter, we do know that, and we've said this many times, Meg is clearly a victim of something. Hopefully the court will clear up what exactly happened, or based on other people's testimonies, we'll find out, or we'll gain some clarity. Now, Tory, if he is innocent, can you really... Is anything that he's done necessarily wrong? Because at that point, I'm thinking, because I even thought about the whole Breonna Taylor thing, and I'm like, well, shit, if he's innocent, like, you don't care about the timing. You're fighting for your life. You're fighting for your livelihood. You're fighting to keep yourself above water. That's if he's innocent. So for him, it's very black and white. If he's innocent, he's innocent, and he did all the things he needed to do to keep himself afloat. If he's guilty, I mean, he's just flat out wrong. It's very black and white. He's either wrong or he's either right or wrong. For Meg, it's a little bit more complex because she's clearly the victim regardless. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just important for her to keep that in mind when she's thinking through her next steps, because I think the way her ascension is going, the way that her stardom is building, she doesn't need to entertain any of this stuff because it's not getting in the way per se. They're already on her side. I think from a mainstream perspective, her buzz has jumped even after this situation. White people know who she is. It's not just a black audience now. So, you know, I won't say Cardi level yet because she hasn't gotten the sponsorships that go along with that. But she's not that far off. I mean, she's got body, huge TikTok song. I'm sure that'll come. But to me, I don't see the benefit for her. It's not necessarily that she's doing anything wrong. It's just I don't see the benefit in trying to go back down 2-3 steps to entertain something where you're clearly a victim, whether Tory's the shooter or not.
That's why, look, man. That's why I'm scared for her future. Again, we love Meg.
I don't think I'm scared for it though.
I'm scared for the future only
She's
because, yeah,
because Cardi's quiet, so she's gonna continue.
But
to
I'm
rise.
saying, but look at why she's booming though, and why she's getting these awards, and why she's doing the numbers. Like, there's a lot of contributing factors to that. So I'm saying 2 to 3 years down the line, when that's not a factor, like, can she still keep the same energy? That's all I'm saying.
As long as the music continues to deliver, which like I said, according to the
And that's-
album,
and that's what I
like
said,
the
that's
song
fine.
with the baby, I think that's gonna be like a sneaky song that's gonna start building some momentum after the album is kind of circulated a little bit. Because that song with the baby is hard, like that crybaby shit. The song with SZA is hot.
Oh, I like that one too. Freaky Girl.
Yeah, the song with Dirk is hot. Like
Movie? That's my
that's what
motherfucking
I'm saying.
hit right
she
there.
got some
I'm
hits on
saying
there. She
these
got
are
some hits.
fine. I'm saying yeah. I'm saying that's fine. I'm just saying number wise, a lot of people, and like you said, she put it first. A lot of people obviously want to listen to that first song and then maybe listen to the rest of the album. A lot of that contributed to what's going on. So I'm just hoping she's not doing these numbers only because of that. Hot or not,
That's fair.
That's all I'm saying.
And again, she has the advantage. Even if Tory Lanez comes up,
No, I'm saying I feel like she's still gonna keep continuing.
Still get the awards that she's getting in the future.
I'm talking about just continuing to grow and
I'm just
build
saying,
with
I'm,
her
I'm
music.
saying, I'm saying that as a fool, what's going on, what she's getting, what she's gotten. I'm just making sure that continues. That's my only concern.
I don't know, man. I hope
so, though. Like I said, I hope so.
I think the Grammys are one of those things where if you get one, you're subject to at least be in the conversation again. And we seen that. I mean, with the rest in peace Nipsey. We've seen that with him. But it does something to your streams. So I do think this can continue to work in her benefit. We have to keep in mind, even if Tory is innocent, Tory is in an uphill battle. Tory doesn't necessarily bounce back from this, even if he's innocent.
No, Tory,
Even if innocent, he is not necessarily exonerated from the court of public opinion.
That's the unfortunate thing.
If he's innocent, yes, that is the unfortunate thing.
Yeah, he's not bouncing back. He's not bouncing back
Because everybody will still think he just got away with it.
Either he got, I mean that, and
We're losing you. Why don't you just bring the TV back in here and then, like, if you hear stuff, you just let it go.
43-inch.
I mean, put it on the ground or something. I don't know.
Nah,
He don't need the TV anyway.
no, you don't. Need a whooping.
So now we're just gonna hear crying for 3 minutes.
Good.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, there's no. Yeah, Tory's done. I hate it. I mean, I hate it.
Well, I wouldn't say done, but I'm saying
He won't be as big because even like a lot of the blog sites that,
he's got a cap.
yeah, because he lost a lot of blog sites. It's not his fault. You know, they jumped the gun. You know me. I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not.
Just keep it rolling.
I'm
Keep it rolling.
I'm definitely
This is
not
like the
in
Maury,
the,
this is like the Maury shit where they're just like, nah, keep it going.
Keep it going. You know me, man. I'm a guilty to proven innocent type of guy. Like, I don't like jumping the gun. Let's cancel them. Let's take them off radio. Let's take them off playlist. That's wild.
Innocent to proven guilty.
Wait, what I say?
You said it the other way.
Oh, yeah, innocent to proven guilty to proven innocent. That's crazy. And that's how they treat
That's
my
how
man.
it is. That's how
That's
they
wild
treat him,
though. Yeah, innocent to proven guilty because it's like, man, they took him off the playlist. Like you said, no awards. We don't even know if the man did it. R. Kelly, I get it. We been knew he did it years ago, so he should have been taken off. Like I said, man, it's crazy. Did my man dirty.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be very difficult for him. Because even with the quarantine radio, he hasn't really drummed up the numbers that he's used to seeing. He's had, as a coincidence, he's had issues even really getting lives to work on Instagram. This is the thing I will say. Again, I don't ever want this to come across as we're just completely defending Meg and or completely defending Tory and not Meg. But really, what it is it's a situation where we feel a man necessarily isn't getting enough support or a fair shot until he's proven guilty or innocent.
And that's what any situation, man. That's why I'm not canceling my man. I'm riding for him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not riding, but
yeah, and I mean, not